Hello and welcome back. Today I have a new deck guide for you all today. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I make Disney Lorcana videos like this weekly, and today's video will be a new deck guide covering Ruby Amethyst Control. If you played Lorcana during the first chapter, you'll instantly recognize this ink duo as a top deck. But with the introduction of Rise of the Floodborn, many components of this control deck have shifted around, utilizing some fun and powerful new cards. So let's jump in and break down the deck. For anyone a bit newer to Lorcana or control decks, I'll first walk through the core ideas surrounding the deck. Then I'll break down some of the important recent changes and updates, as well as different considerations and tech options. And finally, I'll jump into a couple games and show off the deck in action. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. Every little bit of support actually helps out so much. I really appreciate it. Alright, let's start out with the core concepts of this Amethyst Ruby deck. This is a control deck list, which means the power of the deck kicks in a bit later into the game. Cards like Elsa, Dragon Maleficent, and Merlin cards like Goat and Rabbit work together to take over the game across multiple avenues: board pressure, removal, card draw, and lore gathering. Your control identity revolves around this flexibility to react and shape the game. The potential to remove threats, stall the game a bit, or draw cards for card advantage can all be summed up as control. Let's break down that Ruby Amethyst toolbox a bit more. Ruby provides incredibly strong removal tools with Maui, Lady Tremaine, Dragon Maleficent, and Be Prepared. Add to that mix Fox Madam Mim, Elsa, and Yzma from Amethyst, and suddenly you have even more ways to remove or freeze characters on the other side of the board. However, keep in mind that removal from Yzma will often be used on your own characters because it results in some nice card draw. She's joined by Maleficent Sorcerer and friends on the other side as classic card draw options. But Merlin Rabbit joins them as well, a new great option for card draw in this control deck. He joins as part of a Merlin and Mim package with Goat, Snake, and Fox as well. These new additions help in multiple ways, but Merlin Goat is particularly impactful as an alternate win condition. In the late game, he can be combined with Snake and Fox Madam Mims to gather a surprising amount of lore per turn. In addition to him, Spellbook joins as another way to gather lore. With one or more of these on board gathering lore slowly, it can certainly add up over the course of a few turns, and they work splendidly alongside the Ruby removal that can halt opponent progress while your Spellbooks do their thing. Looking at the big list again, let's go over a few changes and updates this deck has had since its dominant form in the first chapter. Most notably, Magic Mirror has been omitted here, as well as the Queen. They make a powerful card draw engine, but thanks to a revamped card draw package with the Madam Mims and Merlins, they aren't as necessary. In addition to Mim bouncing Maleficents and Rabbits for card draw, I mentioned Yzma will usually be used on your own characters for card draw. That may seem odd at first, but she can be fantastic for cycling valuable units like Elsa back into your deck to be found again. In a late game scenario where you want to play or sing Be Prepared, using Yzma to pull back a unit before wiping the board can be so valuable. In this way, she not only contributes to card draw as mentioned, but she also replaces Magic Broom in a way. Of course, Broom could also perform some vital Broom loops, but the game is a lot quicker now, even in a mirror match, because of cards like Spellbook and Goat. Previously in the early game, we leaned on characters like Gaston and Rafiki, but in this list they're replaced with Queen of Hearts and Madam Mim Fox. She's vital to the success of the deck, taking out powerful Emerald units as well as early Steel Song characters, fighting back before their combos kick in fully. Now let's look at additional options and considerations. There's a lot of great cards that should be considered for this deck. First, let's keep in mind that my list runs 4 Pascal, 2 Minnie Mouse, 4 LeFou, and 2 Queen of Hearts. These are my early game choices added to combat the surge of aggro decks and new Steel Song lists. LeFou can ready Simbas, so Pascal or Minnie can take out Lilos and Pinocchios, and more one-cost characters means a better chance of a turn 2 Snake coming out successfully. I mention all this because I think some of these cards could be the first choice to be swapped out for a stronger late game, especially if the meta shifts away from aggro. Some of those late game strong units include Aladdin Outlaw. He's still a solid choice. He can join in with or without the 3-cost Aladdin. Another fan favorite in the first chapter is Ursula. She's always welcome in a late game deck if you can spare the uninkable slot. However, she might be edged out these days by Scar Vicious Cheater. He's incredibly powerful and I recommend trying him out if you can find a spot for a couple copies in your list. Finally, I have to mention an anti-evasive package as a strong consideration. Now, I wouldn't recommend running all of these by any means, but definitely keep these tech options in mind as the meta evolves. If you find yourself facing a lot of Emerald decks at your locals, for example, maybe throw in a couple Fidget or Jetsam who can take out a Floodborn Flynn Rider if he shifts in early. Of course, Dragonfire can also do the trick quite nicely and help elsewhere as needed. And now, even with all those options and ideas in mind, here's the full deck list I recommend. It's a strong control deck with a Merlin and Mim mid-game package that's a great vehicle into the dominant late game. And now that we talked through it, I think it's time we jumped into some games. Let's get to it. Okay, well, I'm gonna toss all of that back. I'll probably end up playing both Pascals. See if they can deal with it. Robin Hood. Okay, let's do it. If they play Simba Bodyguard, I'm gonna regret inking LeFou. Okay. Hey, I would have had it anyways. I'll hold it because now I really don't want Simba. Oh man. If they have the turn 4 Rapunzel for the heal on Gonthal. Ugh. Nasty. I think I gotta do this and draw. Just in time Mufasa just counteracts itself, right? Because what if he dies and then just in time pops up? I think I gotta do this, right? This does make me think they could be running Maximus. So I think I should keep the LeFou. Then I'll actually take him out, or her out. Because if I can keep him at one card, 1 or 2 cards in hand, then I think I'm okay. I have quite the tools here once I get up. Worst thing here is maybe a LeFou. Oh, yes, interesting. I wonder what that is. Maybe be prepared or something. So I think I go Lilo. Then I go LeFou. LeFou. He's still questing for 2. But that's okay. If I need to, I can take him out here. And then gotta ink that, unfortunately. Next turn I can play either one of these. And then I think I gotta take him out. Hope for the best here. Oh. Wait, I was gonna say. Ooh. I think I gotta take out the Minnie Mouse. No. Because next turn I can be prepared. So I'll do it this way. Interesting. Okay. Well, they're out of cards, so we'll see what we can do here. They're only at 4 ink, bro. Yeah, I think we actually have a pretty good chance of this working out. Check this out. Yeah, this is a really good card in this scenario. I think I have to pass though. These are great cards. I think I just go like that. Desperately need some ink next turn. But other than that, I'm good. The only downside of these cards is they can't sing. Ooh. Do I go to 11 and then play Be Prepared? Or do I take him out? I think I have to take them out here. Maybe he'll think I don't have anything. Let's do this. Let him go to 19. Living life on the edge. Let's do... Alright, let's come down to the wire. Ugh. Can I survive just a few more turns? I believe I can. Oh boy. Well, if you did believe in Spellbook before, there's Spellbook for you. Yep. GG. In classic Control fashion, letting them get to 18, 19 lore, and then still securing the win. Card draw's good, Mally's good. Don't need two of those, don't need her yet. Alright, well. Let me ink her. I'm probably gonna end up playing LeFou. So then I can follow up with Mim if I have to. Okay, so they're playing an aggro deck, that's for sure. Yeah. This is actually kind of nice. Obviously, I was thinking about inking this, playing Mini, keeping the LeFou, just like before, against the Simba, but if they play Simba, I'm actually fine with bouncing LeFou and throwing Mim into the Simba. Yeah. Oops. I drew that, so I have to end up inking the Maleficent anyways, but this way if they have a second Simba, I can still use LeFou. I think I just draw here. Quest. Ink this. Next turn I can use Maui as long as I draw an inkable. Yep. 4 lore. No, 5. 3 from Arthur. 2 from Lilo. Quite strong. And then just play Lilo out again. That's what the Hyper Aggro deck does. Very effective Hyper Aggro deck. Oh, and they're even protecting Arthur. Yep. Yep. That's alright. We just gotta survive a bit longer. I did get the inkable for Maui. Do I want to play it? I think I will ink that but not play him. Because if I have to, I can save him for ink for the Tremaine. It's vital I ink the next 2 turns, right? For that, then that. Alright. So I have two options. I can Tremaine. I wonder if he's going to pick Lilo or Arthur. I could Yzma, one of theirs. But I don't really want them to draw cards. I think I'm actually gonna ink Yzma. Good news is I've guaranteed be prepared next turn. So let's see what they pick with Tremaine. I'm guessing they'll pick Lilo. Then I go here, go here. If he wants to take out Madam Mim with Arthur, they totally can. Next turn I have be prepared if I have to use it. At this point, I don't really want to use it. Although I might need to. Because what is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He can go to 13 next turn with all that. Well, I guess he can bounce it now. Oh, man. Yeah. I think I go here, right? I think I actually have to ink this. I gotta be prepared to go to 8. I gotta be prepared, yeah, to go to 8. They've got to answer me or outspeed me. That's good news. Good news. Bad news would have been them playing like 4 Lilos. All right. So if he has goat, which I'm pretty sure he does, yep. It's 14, 15, 16, 17. Play another goat out is 18. Right? So he goes to 8 ink, has goat. So plays goat for 14, then 15, 16, 17, 18 for it bouncing back. Plays it again for 19. Meanwhile, I go to 16. So I can actually go to 16 and pause the Arthur. Yeah. I just wanted to go through the math and see what he could have done there had I not had Elsa. Yeah, so even if I didn't have Elsa, I think he only gets to 19. So 13, yeah. Okay, wow. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. I was able to knock out those 2 games pretty quick, back to back. But if you want to see more gameplay, let me know. Obviously, there's a lot of other important matchups, so maybe I can show off more with this control deck if you want to see that. Otherwise, I have a few more decks I really want to show off, so stay tuned for those coming up next week. Until then, have fun gaming. See ya.